Hello and welcome to the Anime Abroad podcast. This is episode 67 and I'm your host Kyle. I'm joined by Aki, Jared, and Patrick.
Hello.
Hello there.
Yo.
Welcome. Again.
Today, we are doing seasonal impressions on the winter season this new year of 2018. It's going to be a fun one. There's a lot of good anime this season.
There's an outrageous amount of good anime this season.
While
Genuinely
not everyone
too
has
much to
seen
watch.
everything, not everyone has seen everything, I think it's safe to say we've all seen more this season than last.
Not yet.
Or at least started.
Yeah, not for Aki.
And some of us more than we need.
Yeah.
We don't have a question of the week just because we're short on time because we have so much topics to talk about. But up first we're gonna talk about Basilisk. I'll let you go, Aki.
All right.
He's
Well,
Basilisk.
it's basically just a show about ninjas.
Ninja.
It's a Sengoku anime.
Or
So it's basically traditional Japan, and there's ninjas with like crazy weapons and shit.
You get to see a loli choked out on a tree.
Oh, fuck.
Yep.
That was interesting.
Highlight?
That was my highlight, probably.
Well, that's not very good.
Well,
I mean, like, we're talking about, like, foaming at the mouth.
Oh my god.
Like, this guy who uses these steel wires thinks she's smart and hiding from him, but he just, like, ends up choking her out, like, hangman style from a tree.
Okay, good way to start the episode.
Well, that was, like, halfway through.
No, I meant, like, this episode.
Of course.
Do you have anything to
That's
add
all
to
I
that,
have.
Aki?
That's all I have to say.
it's just first episode. There's not much to say.
Oh, okay. Well, that's disappointing.
It wasn't that memorable either.
Was it
Okay.
good? Was it shit? What's the verdict?
Honestly, it's a fucking sequel to something else.
Oh, right. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, my verdict is, I'll keep watching it, but I'm ready to drop it.
Okay.
Well, if it doesn't.
Beatless.
Yes.
Beatless is fulfilling my fantasy of living with a sex doll.
Yeah, I thought you might like this one, but not actually like it. Just like it, like...
Have fun with it.
I like it in the way that, like,
Somewhere.
it's so fucking self-insert that it's...
Yeah, it's almost
Yeah.
sickening how self-inserted it is.
Yeah.
Like, you feel it. It bleeds it.
Like, the two words that when I look at Beatless, I see self-insert and, like, pandering.
Yeah.
And those words combine to form Beatless.
So what did we get off the first episode? Pretty much, like, there's 5 super special robots, and they, like, I guess, are bad.
Super special sexy robots.
Yeah, we thought they were bad. I guess only
Oh, yeah.
4 of them are. And then the 5th one just, like, bails MC out of some random trouble that he gets in for an unexplained reason. Hopefully they explain it later. He just randomly gets targeted to be killed.
And now she is his personal walking Ona-hole.
You say that, but I haven't seen anything that suggests that.
I mean,
Well, you
Kyle
don't
did
see
say
what
it
happens.
fulfills his fantasies.
Yeah, see, this is your fantasy that I think you're layering atop of this show.
Well, it is a self-insert,
Well, I think,
so...
yeah,
Well,
so
yeah.
I think, like, anyone's
But it's
fantasies are
not about
easily
sex bots.
adapted into it.
The show is not about sex bots. Don't be fooled.
Oh, God.
Yet.
Please,
Yeah.
we haven't, this is episode 1, I'm going to call it right now.
You know,
We're gonna have-
you're never gonna watch it far enough to actually see them.
Dude,
Yeah.
We're gonna
genres,
see it.
genres, romance. Checkmate, Aki.
And, like, 2018 romance means, like, etchy.
Well, you
They
see,
don't want to
Patrick.
put that shit in.
You see, he has a little sister. So, table flip.
Not
Yeah.
like this.
Yeah.
Anyways, I don't have much to say about it. okay.
That
yeah,
was
that was
very
pretty
it wasn't-
mediocre.
It wasn't like super below average, but it was interesting enough for me to not drop it after the first episode.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I think
The sex robots were enough to keep you going.
Like, even though like my opinion stands, I think it's kind of stupid.
Unenjoyable, stupid.
Well, it's so like it's pandering to the point where like they go through this like 3-minute long ceremony for her becoming his property.
Oh my.
Like he literally files like EULAs and shit. End user license agreements.
Okay.
And so now she is his personal property to do with what he wills.
Okay, I think that's
pretty
enough
much
of
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And next up,
Take it away, Aki. Tell us about Cardcaptor Sakura.
that. Yeah.
yeah, a sequel to a show I never watched.
Oh my god.
Same.
Yeah, but I decided to pick it up because Cardcaptor Sakura is one of the
Very
big
popular.
shows that you always hear mentions of. So I decided to give it a shot, and the first episode is making it clear that this is for, well, both the old audience and newcomers that want to just pick it up and see what it's about. It starts off with the all the cards that she apparently gathered through the run of the first part, I guess you could call it, are turned clear, so they're powerless, and now she has to gather new cards with new powers. So it was a pretty good way to like wipe the slate and start off with a fresh adventure with
Okay.
all the
And
old
Out of
cast.
I don't
curiosity-
suppose
Oh, go ahead.
I don't suppose you can tell us if it handles the same voice actors from the old OG Cardcaptor Sakura.
Well, I didn't watch the first one, so there's no way I could.
Out
I'm
of
sure you can
curiosity,
find
how
out
many of
easily.
you guys actually watched the original Card Captors?
I'll raise my hand.
That was
Like, way
before
back
my
in the day.
time.
Yeah, I watched it
Yeah.
like so long ago, back when it was on TV, like they aired the dub.
Like I never watched the original dub, but I watched it a few years ago.
Yeah, people in my family watched it when they were really young. But yeah,
Oh,
that
wow.
was before me.
Well,
Cool.
yeah.
Well, if that's all, up next we have Citrus.
Anime of the season.
Yeah.
It
So-
is the
So have any of you read it?
The
No.
source? No.
No.
Have you read the source?
I read a little bit of it.
Oh yeah.
And
Is it more juicy?
It's more serious. Actually, when the anime was first announced, I was a little bit worried that they would make the comedy too big a thing, because I actually quite liked the seriousness. But
Mhm.
I think they've
the
they've
sexual
actually done a really good
seriousness, or
job.
like the
No,
the
it's,
drama
like, really dramatic.
seriousness? Oh,
It's very moody.
for me,
They did a really good job though. I think it's funny.
I like the lesbian romance thing. You know,
Yeah.
when it happens, like I think yes, and then like anything else is just kind of like okay. But other than that, I think it's got some shortcomings. I saw just kind of like ass pulls to push the plot, like in episode 2, where she just decides to get up on the podium.
Yeah, that was.
That was just kind of like, really? I don't see anyone actually doing that.
I feel like I remember it not bothering me as much in the manga,
Yeah.
Because, like,
but I can't remember what was different.
from the character building that's done on the main character, it makes you think she wouldn't really do something that would single herself out.
Really?
Yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense now that you mention it.
I thought
Yeah.
I thought a lot of what she did was kind of standing out.
But, well, I mean, like, in terms of her dress and stuff, but she doesn't seem like the go-getter girl that is, like, some sort of paragon of heroism
Hmm.
enough to, like, single and embarrass herself in front of like her whole school.
It was definitely more than I would have expected her to do.
Yeah, but other than that, you know, it's a fun anime.
Yeah, I think it's actually really quite funny. A lot of quite creative shots as well. I remember when she first finds out that the black-haired girl is going to be her stepsister. When she's like, she opens the door behind her. And, I don't know. It's good framing.
The dramatic twists are kind of nice. Like, they keep you watching. You're like, oh, what happens next? It's one of those kinds of shows, you know?
Who's gonna get tongue?
It's fun.
Yeah.
Yuzu's cute as well. Very wholesome.
I just want to see some more stuff, you know?
Go read the manga then, trust me.
Yeah, I might. I don't really have much else to say about it. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, me neither.
Jared, what do you want to say about Dagashi Kashi?
Not a lot, to be honest. I was never a big fan of Dagashi Kashi. This is now... It's now a half-length episode, which I think probably suits it a bit better. Because I think quite a lot of people got a bit bored of the first season.
Yeah.
And I think episode length is probably to do with that. Even if this was like 6 minutes long, that would be good. But yeah, it's a little bit different. It feels a bit different. It's more sketch-like.
You think you're gonna keep watching it, or?
Probably not, to be honest.
Yeah.
Maybe if there wasn't so much going on this season, I might consider it. But nah, I don't think I'm gonna.
So who's better? What's her name?
Hotaru.
Is Hotaru better than a childhood friend?
And Saya.
Yeah.
I don't know, I like both, to be honest. Maybe Saya a little bit more.
That's good.
Yeah. A bit more, yeah.
That's good. Yeah, she's better.
Okay.
That's an
Up
opinion.
next, we have Darling in the FranXX.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good shit.
Good shit.
It's the
Good
most
shit.
excited I've heard you all day.
I mean, I'm not even a Trigger fan gay, and it's like, man, I'm hyped for this show, man. Just after watching one episode, it's like, I don't know, getting those Eureka 7 vibes, getting those Gurren Lagann vibes, dude.
Boku no Daden-kun.
Yeah, dude. Oh, man. Didn't have anywhere near like this level of hype for LWA or Kill la Kill. Nowhere even remotely close.
And that heroine, whew.
Oh yeah, she's good. Actually,
Yeah.
all the character designs
Number
I think
two.
are really good.
Number 2 is a fucking cute.
02.
Holy shit.
02 is what they're calling her.
Okay.
But yeah, it's damn nice. And the mech design as well.
Anyone want to give us like a basic rundown of what this is about?
Darling in the FranXX is an anime where bad monsters appear. And children are forced into these giant robots and boy-girl pairs. Main character failed his pairing, so they basically extradited his girlfriend.
Yeah, his partner.
Mm-hmm. And so he's all mopey and shit until he meets this girl with horns who
is
actually
also
has
mopey and shit.
Well, I wouldn't say she's mopey she's more than she's just like disdained from her life.
They have similarities in that respect. She shows it less.
Yeah.
Dude, it's like if you made Anemone a main character, or like a focal character.
Yeah, Anemone from Eureka 7.
Dude, if she was... I think Anemone's a little more spicy than her, but like...
Well, so from what we've seen, I mean, we're only one episode in.
Yeah. Other than that, it's just overall good.
Visuals are very good.
The art and visuals are good.
Yeah, especially as I said before, the character designs are really good. There's a lot more expression than a lot of other works that Trigger works on. I guess other than like Little Witch Academia, there's a lot of expression in that. But
I want to mention, like, Mako Machine did not like it.
oh, right.
I mean, it's not for everyone.
Yeah.
It's just like how some people don't like Gurren Lagann. I can understand it.
It's
I guess, like,
very
another-
anime.
Yeah, another really nice thing, it's 2 cores, guys.
Oh, is it? I
Ooh,
actually
that's
didn't know that.
nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Interesting.
We're gonna have some content.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
I can't wait for the next episode, which airs
Must be soon,
in
like
2 days?
Couple days, yeah.
Fuck
Let me
yeah.
make sure. Yeah, it airs. Oh, it already aired.
Ooh,
did it?
dude, don't tell me that. You still my beating heart.
Hiatus.
Yeah, it aired like 2 hours ago.
Oh, right.
It looks like 2 or 3 hours ago.
I know what I'm doing after
Restrain
this.
yourself.
Oh man, I can't pull up that tab, and
Well,
that's a no-no.
Alright, one other
Now we
thing
know
I
what-
want to say about it is the CG. The CG,
CG
they
is
had
like
some
akin
really good
to
shots
Kill
in
la
it.
Kill.
I think, yeah, it had some similarities. They used it for like really sweeping shots, and
Oh yeah,
that
it's
worked
just
really
like
well.
it feels. It's like the same format of CG from like Kill la Kill, which had those really awesome sweeping shots of the school.
Yeah, the fights.
It's the
in
same
school
one
were
here
good.
where they have sweeping shots of the school, which look really great. It's just really crisp.
It's very clear that it is CG and not 2D, but at the same time, it doesn't feel wrong.
It doesn't look bad,
It fits really well with the animation of the characters.
right?
It's really nice, I think.
I wish I had more to say, but there's only been one episode.
Yeah. If I watched it like earlier today, I'm sure I'd have more to say, but
Yeah,
I'm sure we'll talk about it again,
Um,
honestly. Like in
oh,
in a few weeks.
for sure. Up next on our list is Death March Kara Hajimaru Isekai Kyousoukyoku, which is another isekai anime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we always need one of those each season.
There
Death March isn't bad.
No, it's not bad.
Not gonna lie, like the intro was weak. Like weak.
I didn't mind it, actually. It was
I
thought
like
it
the
was-
it
intro.
spent a lot more time
Like,
in
I've-
the real world than a lot of other
I
isekais I've seen
I
recently.
found it interesting, like the way they gave him like OP powers.
Yeah. It was like it was a
Like-
bug
It's a bug.
Yeah.
It's a bug that basically.
that he programmed earlier on in the episode.
So he programmed this bug, which is like 3 fucking Ultima meteors.
Yeah, it's
So he wipes out like a whole lizard platoon, and he ends up like farming all this EXP, and he goes from like level 1 to like over level 300.
yeah.
And he also gets all their money and items. So,
Yeah, so
I mean, it's an interesting way. I mean, it's.
I want to explain that actually. So it's a mobile game, and a producer or something is trying to. They want the game to be more accessible for new players as well as, like, more hardcore players. So the MC programmer suggested having 3 bombs, and if you don't use them, then you get more loot or whatever. But if you do use them, they're like an easy way for a beginner to get through it. So this is kind of just a rushed game mechanic decision that wasn't fully thought through.
Yeah, it was never
I
meant
quite
to
enjoyed
give the
that.
guy the XP or the items. It was just it never
It was
cut
never
out
meant to
when
be
you
used
used
on
it.
that scale, I think.
Yeah.
I think
I
that
mean,
was the-
The main issue I take with like the opening sequence is him actually getting into the world. It's like, hey, I'm just gonna pull a 30-hour day at the office and then go to sleep, and then now
Oh
I'm
hey,
in
now I'm in the world.
Like,
Yeah,
what?
it was a
Yeah.
bit boring.
I don't know how I feel about that when.
So how did you feel about
I think it's safe to assume that they're not really going to explain it.
Yeah.
At least till the very, very, very end.
If it ever even, like, if this IP
And they're just
ever
gonna
runs
pull
that
one of
long.
those. They're just gonna like pull an Aspel and say, "Oh, it's just a dream."
So, how did you feel about ReZero then, when he goes home from the supermarket and blinks and, oh, look, I'm in the fantasy
He
world,
walks
cool.
through a portal.
I mean, that's kind of the thing I hate about isekais that's unavoidable.
Yeah.
I like
That's what you
Konosuba.
get.
Well,
Konosuba
in
did it well.
in ReZero's defense, they do touch up on it during the series.
Yeah, but it's still like, okay.
I mean, it's better
Yeah,
than
it was
going to sleep
magic.
at the office and then just fucking ending up in another world. Like, that just makes no sense at all.
Yeah.
Which he's like, oh yeah, it's a dream, but still, like, fuck, whatever. If you can suspend that disbelief, then you're golden. But
The other thing I took notice of that I didn't like was the main character's character transformation.
oh, how he's a kid now.
I did not like that.
Same.
Well,
Oh.
like
Yeah.
I'm more fine with the visual transformation, but like the way he forces himself to sound younger, it sounds forced.
Yeah, it does. It's really jarring,
Oh,
honestly.
so is it a problem with the voice acting then that you have?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah, it sounds completely forced from like his normal voice at the beginning of the anime. And I would have liked it more just because, yeah, I know they did it because, self-insert shonen. But I would have liked it more if I could, self-insert more with a 28-year-old
I think they
who
should have
now
just
sounds like a 13-year-old.
they should have just kept the voice the same, honestly. Like,
They could have.
Yeah. Yeah, because I don't think they'd run into any problems. Because, like, this sounded like a management level decision that came upon
I don't know.
where they had to push the series to a certain demographic, and so they tweaked it.
I thought it would have been more along the lines of, like, the story calls for this, so this is what we're going to do, even if it's
It could
not
be either,
necessarily the
honestly.
best thing to do from a production standpoint.
But yeah,
It's
anyway.
like I would like to know if the source material mentioned the fact that his voice sounded younger.
Yeah, it's a good question, honestly.
Because if it doesn't mention it, then definitely management.
I mean, I don't know. It could be either still, I think.
No.
But either way. Gakuen Babysitters.
Nope.
Not me.
I plan to watch this because it looks fun, but Aki's the only one that's seen it so far.
Yep. And,
Do you like it?
well, I don't even know. I just feel, like, hey, it's nice to see something that is touching upon something I know.
Oh,
and,
right, yeah, of course.
I wouldn't say that I can relate to the show, but it's nice to see some things you like recognize and you feel for him. And well, the main character's parents died, so he and his baby brother is taken in by the director of a school, and her condition is that he forms a babysitter club and takes care of the employees' kids. So
Okay.
after school, he is going down to the, some location where the daycare is, and yeah, he just takes
Okay.
care of them. Basically, it's one episode in, we've just gotten the disposition.
Pretty much all I've seen of it is short clips of the animation, because the babies they have a lot more frames than everybody else, which is pretty funny. It's like the Sancho Sanyo cats, if you remember
Yeah.
those.
Well, it's like Usagi Drop without the hope of finding a girl.
I haven't seen it. What,
Not
is it of
everything has to
animation
be
like that?
romance.
Yeah, I do plan to watch this one. It sounds like it could be fun.
Nice.
I'm not going to touch this with a 10-foot pole.
Why
Fair
not?
enough.
Bishonen, single father.
Single
father?
Well, that's what they're going for.
No.
After their parents are killed in the plane crash, the two brothers find themselves living... Okay, so father and brother father.
What?
What? What?
What? It's two kids looking after babies.
Well,
Or
one
toddlers.
guy.
Yo, can someone explain to me what is going on?
Yeah,
It's an anime about Bishonen guys raising kids.
Not raising, as far as I know.
Okay, slice of lifing with kids.
They're babysitting.
Sorry.
Yeah.
They're babysitting until their parents are revived.
Are you gonna?
Okay,
keep
we're
watching
moving on.
this
We're
or what?
moving on. Grancest Senki.
It's like a shitty anime, but there's like a few really good people in the studio that are carrying this anime.
Yo, do
I
I
have
pick
no
this
idea
up
what you're
or
talking
what?
about. I would recommend it, actually. I quite like it.
Yeah, but is it one of those like recommendations where it's like you should watch it?
Okay, it's not a
Recommendation.
wholehearted recommendation.
All right, yeah, that's what I thought.
So
The plot and premise are below average, but like the presentation is pretty darn good.
okay, yeah. So it's just like fantasy. It's mages, knights, things like that. But they don't give you like boring explanations for everything, which is a lot more enjoyable. It's a lot more natural.
Well, there is
in that
one.
respect. There's one.
Yeah, I do
but
want
it's
to point.
more-
I want to point.
It's almost like a poem.
I would like to point out, like, remember when she's in the carriage and she says, and I'm forcing me to wear this skimpy outfit that I don't like.
Yeah.
You remember that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I remember that.
All right. In episode 2, her friend asked, like, she has a friend, and her friend asked her, like, so why are you wearing that? And she's like, oh, it's just easier to move in.
What? Okay, so
I'm not joking.
the thing is, like, by the end of episode 1, she no longer had a reason to wear that thing.
Yeah.
Now she does.
No. She just chooses
She
to
just chooses
because
to, apparently.
the character designers apparently figured it was easier to just have one.
Well, more skin showing.
That's pretty funny.
More
yeah.
skin cells.
There's a lot of really nice animation in this as well.
Yeah, you should watch the second episode.
Compositing is good in general, actually. It's A1 pictures, so they're pretty reliable when
Yeah.
it comes to that.
Like the fight choreography in the second episode is pretty good.
All right, nice. Yeah,
This show
I'll definitely
really
watch more.
reminds me of Tales of Cysteria without the ufotable budgets and the...
it's like a
That was
better
even the point
Tales.
of watching
It's
it.
like a better Tales of Cysteria.
Or it's better.
I don't know if I would say better, but
I didn't like Tales.
well, I didn't like it either at the end of it, but just the vibes from the first episodes really reminds me of it.
It has, it has similarities, especially with like, like genuine innocent MC character,
Yeah.
the
And
boy.
it has all the tunes of a mediocre fantasy anime, but there are definitely some people who care working on it.
I think I want to see what else the director's done, because I mean, I feel like they'll be a big part of it for sure.
Yeah.
The script
As well
is
as
all-
I do want to point out, it does suffer from those annoying like jump cut animations during the fight scene.
what you mean?
Like it
to
will
show
not
speed.
like it will not show you like a full fight scene.
What do you mean?
Like it'll just do a jump cut to where like if someone gains the upper hand, it'll just cut to a different scene of the battle. So you don't know what happens, and then they just,
Okay.
a minute later cut back.
Okay, I'm not quite sure what you mean, but
No, I mean jump cuts where it literally jumps. It just cuts the animation out where one player gets the upper hand, and then it just shows you a different side of the battle
I mean,
immediately.
I don't know.
and then jumps from between those. So you do. It basically cliffhangs the fight a bunch of times.
Oh, right. Well, I definitely didn't notice that, so it must have not bothered me.
Well, this is episode 2.
Oh, right, okay. Okay. All good.
Yeah, all good.
Hakata Tonkotsu Ramen.
Plural,
It's about
specifically.
yeah, it's about hitmen and them trying to assassinate people.
There's quite a
in
lot
a
of
city
things
where-
going on in this one, actually.
Man, Red
Yeah.
pilled me on the show, by the way. Like, I was thinking about watching this. Is it actually good, or...
It could be.
Oh.
I like it
That's
so
a little
far.
disappointing.
No, I mean, there's a few things that have been introduced. And I think they could become something quite interesting. And they are pretty interesting already, but...
Yeah, so the end of episode 1 shows one of the hitmen going to not his target, but I guess someone of importance, and saying, "Hey, I'm a hitman." And after the guy panics and attacks him, he's like, "No, I'm not here to fight you or kill you. I want to protect you." So I feel like something really cool is gonna happen
Yeah.
when this guy is put up against the other hitmen. So it's not just a show about, say, what was that show called with the detective agency with superpowers, where, well, basically everyone was on the same team and they all had a goal and they all did their own separate things. But no, this is probably gonna be about this one hitman against all the others. Maybe some factions forming.
Yeah, there
Was it Stray Dogs that you're thinking of?
Yeah, exactly. Bungo Stray Dogs.
Oh, right. There was also, they mentioned a assassin killer,
Yeah.
so that'll be someone else as well. I don't know. There's a lot of things. It could be interesting.
Yeah, it could go a lot of ways.
It's got the same director from Delta.
All right.
Oh.
That doesn't mean a lot to me, to be honest.
Yeah, he doesn't. He hasn't done really anything else super notable, except for knowing.
Maybe we'll have some good CGI scenes. Who knows?
Who knows?
Probably not.
Who knows?
Up next, we have Hakumei to Mikochi.
A really cute show about two girls in the woods. Small,
Two very
tiny
small
girls. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess they're fairies or something.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out how big they are, and I kept getting thrown off. I can't quite figure it out.
Well, they do live in a tree,
Yeah.
and
It's like around hand palm sized, I think.
yeah, that sounds
9
about right.
centimeters.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Oh, I'm just reading the synopsis.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and from the show,
3.5 inches tall.
it was actually really nice. It's it had a lot of different like scenes that I felt were just like nice to watch.
Mhm.
It and the God, I can't form words anymore. There were some scenes that reminded me of I don't know, comic books where
Yeah, it felt
they're
like a
maybe
story
walking.
book.
Yeah,
Like a-
exactly.
like a
They're
kid's
walking
story
through
book.
the woods, and then a little window pops up with one of the characters' faces while they are talking, and it was just a treat to watch.
There's also those, not black and white, but it generally is made to look like paper, and a border around it for like flashbacks and things.
Yeah,
For like the bird. I enjoyed the first half, but I was kind of worried it might be get a bit stale to me. But with the second half, I really did enjoy that. That was really warm, I guess.
yeah. They're acting cute enough to keep going.
I'm interested in in the kind of world they'll build with it, because already it's obviously not our world. There's a lot different about it. But I'm curious.
Even so, I'd be
nice.
fine with the show just keep continuing like it is.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
Awesome.
Next up is Hakyuu Houshin Engi. And I'm the only one that watched this.
I don't even
and,
know what that is.
Yeah, it's basically about a monk guy that is lazy and bad at being a monk, but he's elected as the one that is gonna bring down the tyranny, well, the tyrannous empress of the kingdom. And so he sets out to defeat her. He gets his ass stomped right away and decides that, oh, well, this is working. I should use my friendly nature to get some allies on my side, and then we're gonna try again.
So he forms a boy band.
Oh yeah, and they're gonna defeat her with the power of rock.
So it's like an alliteration symbolic of the male fight against feminism.
Once.
It's actually
Bros
none of
join
that.
together.
Just don't know. Yeah, it didn't seem that fantastic, really. But I'm gonna keep going and see where it ends up.
By the way,
It might be, yeah.
what is this horse thing?
I don't know. It looks like a moomin.
Does it
looks
fly?
just like a moomin. Yes.
Huh.
I want you to.
They also look like
insert a,
Yu-Gi-Oh characters.
Its name is Shupushan.
Shipushan.
All right. I need you to insert an image into the podcast so everyone can see.
I'll make that the background.
I mean, you can do a side by side, a moomin and that thing, because they are
right. Okay.
like identical with a few added blings.
What's a Moomin?
A moomin, it's a Finnish cartoon show.
Oh,
that,
right.
Well, basically everyone in the Scandinavian region would know about.
Okay.
Outstanding. Up next, we have the Itou Junji collection, which is good shit if you're a fan of Itou Junji. Like if you haven't read it, he's the one who did Uzumaki, or the Spiral manga.
Did he do Gyo as well?
No, I don't think so. No, but he also, there was another manga. I forget the name of the manga, but it was about the story about these people who gather around this mountain, who have these human-shaped holes on the side of the mountain.
Okay.
And each person finds their specific hole and gets lost inside.
Okay.
I know, he's really good.
No, he's
at
very
creating
famous.
a creepy aesthetic.
Yeah.
Well, creepy would describe this show,
It's
yeah.
visually disturbing.
Itou Junji collection is just going to be excerpts from like short stories and stuff he's done. It's going to be good. I like the first episode was good.
I'm not a big fan of horror, so I'm actually not going to watch it.
I wouldn't even say it's horror. It's basically just a guy being a psychopath, and he's like, well, I don't like you. I'll put a curse on you. Ha 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 ha.
Well, that was just one short story.
And the next one.
I like the one at the end more.
Well,
About these parents' daughter contracts a disease that slowly turns her into a doll.
What?
yeah.
Jesus.
It was...
And most parents at that point would lay their children to rest, but like these ones think it's a good idea to keep the daughter around the house.
Okay.
And so she slowly starts turning into something terrible.
Cozy.
That's pretty much it. Up next we have the Karakai Jouzu no Takagi-san.
Ah, what a good show.
I've read this manga long
Yes.
ago.
It's super cute. It's
Yeah,
hilarious.
it's just one of those anime kind of slice of life,
It's
borderline romance.
yeah, it's a girl teasing a boy in her class, pretty much. That's it. And it's just
And the
the boy doing mental gymnastics, as you would put it, trying to figure out how to get her back.
The boy hasn't like matured to the point of the girl, so he's basically a bug caught in her web the whole time.
Yeah, he's not as good at social interaction as she is.
Well, he's like immature compared to her.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's a good way of putting it. Her design is really good.
Yeah, it reminds me of Yuri, who I have a figure of right here, and it's wonderful.
Not much else I can say about it.
Everyone should watch it.
It follows a very specific format.
It's just each episode has like 3 or 4 sketches, I guess.
Right.
Yeah, it's super cute. Go watch it.
Yeah.
Up next, we have Killing Bites. The show sucks.
It does not.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
here we go. Okay, Aki first.
Why me? I don't even have anything bad to say about it.
No, I meant like say good things. Or say whatever you want
All
to say.
right, well,
anything.
say good things. I would say it's like, yeah, it's just an action show. It sets up a premise of these people that have been genetically mutated so that they are, well, taking on aspects of animals. And so a big lion is fighting, I don't know, a honey badger type of girl.
It's like furry Junie Tyson with furries.
Get me out of here.
Well, yeah, basically. Yeah.
Didn't expect
If
that.
you like Juni Tyson, then sure, why not?
Dude, I'm not,
No, like
I'm not sold on this one, boys.
Alright, the way this anime starts out is like this guy gets roped into kidnapping this girl with the intention of raping her.
What?
Like, so he's the one who's driving the van.
Oh my God.
But little do they know that she's a furry.
Come on, no, she's not a furry. She's a fucking monster. She can transform into
a honey badger.
Now you must make it sound stupid.
I'm sorry, dude. I'm just telling it like it is. So, like,
You're not technically wrong, but that's a bad way to put it.
Okay, so he's transporting her. Like, he doesn't want to do it, so he's still the good guy. And so he gets cold feet. And so while she's in the back, they're about to start doing business with her. And so he hits the brakes. She ends up like just slaughtering them all. And then he gets out. And fast forward, they end up at a junkyard. And he's just like wondering why there's this arena-sized hole in all the mounds of cars. And so he meets Mufasa in human form.
Fuck you, man.
And he calls him a baka. And Mufasa gets really fucking angry and turns into lion form Mufasa.
Dude. Oh my god.
And so Mufasa's gonna kill this guy and eat him. But Mrs. Honey Badger comes in and says, nah, he's mine. And so they fight, and she kills Mufasa.
Oh, nice. Did she call him a back?
And here... No. And so afterwards, her organization makes her move into his apartment.
Wait, what?
For whatever reason.
Yeah, that was weird.
So their justification for this is... so he can place the bets. They gave him the money, and he places the bets on Mrs. Honey Badger.
Yeah, because they kind of need an outside party to...
for whatever reason.
Well,
like
they need to be the better. Because it would... I don't know. It would be weird if every creator of monsters were like, yeah, mine's gonna win, and I put... Well...
But like
no
that's
money
the whole premise.
Because they don't have any money
like,
because they put everything into creating it.
They set it up to where these old ass organizations are still like running Japan, and for like power balancing, they all have these furry battles called Killing Bites.
Yeah, I'm not watching that shit.
Yeah, because Kyle is fucking slandering it.
Telling you, like
Definitely not selling anyway.
He grabs her boob twice.
Yes.
Like, and on accident. Twice.
She punches
like
him in the face.
Once when he like falls on top of her or something, And then, like, once when he wakes up, he just kind of grabs her boob by accident.
Yeah, for all the shit Kyle's giving this is, I think this is gonna be the action of the season. The fighting show of the season.
Can't imagine that.
Because the fights do look good.
Okay.
They really do.
Okay.
Kyle is just being I don't know why he's so hard on this show.
No, I trust Kyle on this one.
It was just silly to me. Like, and silly in the way that, like, wow, this is not for my age demographic. Like, let me see if I can find a picture.
You're gonna trust the guy that skipped the first half of Basilisk because he was like, ugh. I just want to see what happens.
I knew beforehand that the anime was a sequel. Okay, so this is Mrs. Honey Badger. Where's the chat there?
Yep.
This is her beast form. But like Mufasa just turns into a regular old humanoid lion. But she retains all of her air quote features.
Her assets.
Yeah, that really makes you think.
Okay.
And so, like, the underlying plot of this is that she's gonna protect him from, like, all the other bad people. And so he immediately gets attacked, like, that night. Like, the night after he wakes up in his apartment room, he immediately gets attacked by someone wanting a fighter who wants information on the Mrs. Honey Badger.
Yeah, because Leo, the tiger dude that she defeated, was supposedly undefeated, and she, well, after a battle, just killed him, and nobody realized that who is this? Nobody recognized her, so they just want information to, well, beat her at a later date and win a ton of cash. So
I also want to mention that this is these are 2 volume covers.
Oh,
And these are actual fighters.
What? Holy shit!
Yeah,
I mean, it'll look a bit different in the anime, but yeah. Anyway, I think we've spent enough time on this one.
yeah.
Okay, up next we've got Koi wa Ameagari no Yoni. Good shit.
Yeah, it is good. I really was hoping this one would be good before it started.
It's about a high school girl
it's an unusual subject matter.
It's about a high school girl who goes to a diner and falls in love with the middle-aged manager.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty much
and
it.
then begins working there.
She starts working there. And it's fucking adorable.
It is.
Like, this show just oozes that, like, warm feeling.
Yep.
Yeah, it's warm and wholesome.
It's got a lot of similarities to Sweetness and Lightning.
Like what?
I mean, the whole idea of high school girl liking an older dude with a kid that was married and is no longer married.
No, I mean, I kind of forgot about her.
And there's
Sweetness and
a
Lightning.
cooking/restaurant setting.
I feel like that part's a bit different.
I mean, it's not exactly the same, but there's a lot of parallels.
Yeah. Okay.
It's good. I like it. Episode 2 was even better.
Oh, nice.
I can't spoil it for you.
Yeah.
I think it's funny.
lively.
I can't spoil it for you, but if we all watched it,
No.
we could spoil it for everyone.
No, I think that's fine. I think there's enough in the first episode to talk about. Especially the art style, actually.
Underlying drama, she used to be a runner. She tore her tendon in the back of her foot, and now she doesn't run anymore. There's some good shit in episode 2.
Okay.
I don't have anything else to say. I like the art style. It's got that it's got that shoujo art style.
Yeah, but it feels like quite a dated one almost.
Yeah.
But in
almost,
a very charming way.
Almost like it's almost I kind of want to look it up and find out who the character designer is because it resembles Kaiki a lot. in terms of art style. Koi wo Ameagari.
It made me kind of think of like films and like children's anime. And after I watched the episode, I found out that it's directed by the person who did like all of Doraemon.
Wow, character designer, of course. Character designer from Kimi ni Todoke.
Okay.
Wow, this guy does a lot of stuff in between animation for Fully Cooley.
That doesn't mean much.
Key animation for Abenabashi. Deno Coil. Key animation.
Character design's definitely a thing to look at. Well,
Yeah.
So this was done at what studio? And if you remember the makeup animation from Cabaneri, they used it here, and it looked amazing.
Key animation
I think it
for
fit so
Gurren
well
Lagann.
with the bright colors they were going for.
Okay, yeah, he did key animation for Gurren Lagann and Die Buster.
So he's kind of a veteran then.
I mean, that's
and-
cool, but it doesn't...
And Space Brothers.
Oh yeah, this director actually directed Space Brothers as well.
Huh. Good shit. Yeah, so it's got some good people.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, sorry, it's a she.
That doesn't surprise me. Yeah, the direction felt like a very different way of telling a story than I'm used to in anime. And that probably is because of those kind of children's anime / family anime. I guess experience that the director has.
Yeah. Other than that, I don't have much to say. I'm looking forward to finishing this anime.
Yeah. It's definitely an interesting one. I think it's worth checking out for most people. I think it might be on Amazon, so it's not as accessible to as many people. But yeah. Kokkoku.
Kokkoku. Interesting anime about this girl whose younger brother is kidnapped, and so her grandpa...
Her older brother and her nephew.
Right. Her older brother and nephew are kidnapped, and her grandfather reveals that he is a jumper. Well, he can freeze time, and so he gives the rest of the family, which consists of her and her father, also the ability. But then they get into trouble when they find out that there's other people that can do it, part of an evil organization. It's interesting.
It's interesting how much they've gone into like her whole family's failures, pretty much. And the nephew is... Her mum called them like their last hope for bringing up a good adult into the family.
Yeah, there's some good things I like, and there's some bad things I don't like. I don't know if it's the storyboarding to blame, but like the progression, or I should say the pacing of the second episode was not like really great. In that not much happened in the second episode other than
it was
a few info dumps. Yeah.
Yeah, so I thought the first episode was really quite good at not being too much of an info dump. It felt like they were going to do it a bit more slowly, reveal information and not go too sciencey. I mean, they even talk about the science aspect and say, who cares? I don't know. You expect me to know this shit?
Yeah, there's quite a few flashbacks in the second episode explaining like motives and how things work. A lot of talking.
That is unfortunate.
Does it explain how when the one person stops time, someone else can stop time at another time and wind up in the same time?
Well, like in the second episode, they explain that probably the way to get out of this is to start time and stop it immediately again. Because I assume they're going. So I assume they're working on like a multiple worlds interpretation of time.
Yeah, because
but they don't explain. They don't like explain it yet.
Yeah,
it will be explained.
Yeah, that was an issue I had with episode 1. That they are stopping time, and there are other people in there. But when they
one
stop
thing
time,
I had the same thought of like how if they stopped time. Does that mean that people who have this ability are not affected? As well as like there's some weird you'll have to watch episode 2, but like there's some weird way that like you don't have to go through that ceremony to become like a stasis dude.
Alright.
They did show at the start of the episode there was that random person who a ghost came down to touched them.
Like if you don't mind me spoiling it, like that's
go for it.
That's basically just the thing that if someone breaks the rules of that kind of world, he comes and punishes them. So basically, that guy
at the start of the episode,
you cannot kill someone that's not in stasis.
Oh yeah.
Other than that, it's interesting. I'll keep watching it. I'm not gonna keep my hopes up, but it's certainly interesting. As well as like the ED has like the same art style as what's that? It's an anime about this purple-haired girl who becomes, I think, a lawyer or a magical lawyer or something.
Lawyer,
wizard barrister. Yeah, Benmashi Cecil. But anyways, yeah, it's interesting. I'll keep watching it for now. Other than that, won't keep my hopes up.
Yeah, I'm curious. It could be good, or it could get a bit too bogged down by boring things.
Up next, we have Miira no Kaikata.
What about the other one?
Or Märchen Mädchen.
Or Märchen Mädchen, or something. I don't know. I think it's German. Not really sure what it means. So it's about a girl who she's got into a bad habit of whenever something bad happens, she runs away and just reads to escape it.
Yeah, the English title is Fairy Tale Girls.
It's an isekai.
Okay. It is.
She gets sucked into a book.
See, I feel like yesterday I had something good to say about this, but I can't remember what it was. I had something planned. You know what? I'm gonna stop there, and if I remember, we'll come back to it.
Like, I didn't have a reason to not watch this. It's just I didn't get to this one.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend it. It is nice. It's also the character designs, or the original character designs, are by Kantoku. So he did Hentai Oji to whatever Neko, if you remember that.
Yeah.
And Imoto Sai, actually.
Hentai King and the Stony Cat.
Yeah. It's really good. I'll try to remember what I was gonna say.
Up next, we have Miira no Kaikata.
A show about a guy whose weird father sends him stuff when he's out exploring the world. And this time he sent the poor kid a mummy. And the kid was
a very small mummy.
A very, very small mummy.
Oh, yeah. I watched part of this.
It's pretty cute. But
it's very cute.
It's
like
I don't see how it's gonna go anywhere. So if you don't enjoy the
because I didn't look at the genre tags before watching it, and like I was like assuming that it was probably gonna be some kind of battle anime using these puppets, but like zipping through the episode, you find out like no, it's just
No, I never expected that.
It's just a pet.
Yeah, pretty much. It's a small mummy trying its best.
Yep.
And being jealous of a dog.
Yo, that mummy can bark too.
Yeah.
Up next, we have Mitsuboshi Colors, which is good stuff.
Yo, fuck the police.
It's very cute.
It is cute.
This is a great anime, to be honest. It's about these 3 girls who form the Colors, the protectors of society, in their own heads. And they go around and basically cause mischief for everyone.
But everybody loves them.
Yeah, but like each girl has like a specific archetype. Not an archetype, I would say a trait. Like you've got the leader who's actually the most timid of the bunch. She doesn't like to get her hands dirty or anything. And then you have the blondie who's like real firecracker.
She's like,
she likes to pull pranks on other people.
Tomboy.
Yeah. She's more vocally the leader, even though they all acknowledge the timid girl as the leader. And then you have the wild card.
Yeah.
The girl who like thinks nothing. Like they find this, like one of their first missions is to find this panda cat. And like her first thought is like, we have to kill it.
It's a monster.
It's a monster.
It's because she drew it. So they were like, okay, this thing's a monster.
Yeah, and so
gotta take care of it.
I think one of my favorite parts is in episode 2. Blondie and the wild card go out. Like originally they were gonna play hide and seek with the other girl, but they get bored and just leave her looking for them. And they travel to like a whole nother. Like they go meet up with a policeman, and he tells them that like, oh yeah, the thing you're looking for, it's like 5 districts that way.
What?
And so they, and then like he's gloating. He's like, I've gotten rid of the Colors forever. And so Wildcard is playing like they walk for like an hour or two. And so Wildcard is playing her, oh yeah. Yeah. So she wanted street passes for her 3DS. And so she went to a place with a bunch of people playing. And so Blondie doesn't have a game, so she literally goes up to this older teenage guy and says, "Hey, I don't have a game of my own. Can you give me your game?" And he's like, and she's like, "I'll scream."
What?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, I saw the screenshots.
Yeah. Other than that, it's a fun anime.
It is.
Like,
I like how all of the other characters have a different relationship with them.
Like Patrick, you would like this anime.
Yeah, you would.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
I think you'd have fun. It's worth trying at least for sure.
All right, I'll try it.
I like the character designs a lot as well. It's the same as a show called Ichigo Marshmallow.
Oh,
which is very funny.
I remember that.
Up next, we have Overlord 2.
So you and I are the only ones that watched this, right? Because Aki and Joe didn't watch season 1.
Don't really plan to either, to be quite honest.
I am watching it right now. I'm catching up.
Right now.
I'm looking forward to it. They're going in a different direction. Well, no, not really a different direction, because like in the first season, like they would forego talking or showing the main character and show like build up someone else in order for main character to destroy.
I mean, we've had like 40 minutes of runtime now, and like we've seen the main character for maybe like 3 or 4 of those minutes.
Like I don't mind it too much because I think the build up of the show is what really sells the end punch.
Yeah, this Lizard arc though, man, it's not doing it for me. Like it's
I like it.
So boring, so unoriginal. Like holy hell, is it ever unoriginal? Like there's an imminent threat, unite the tribes sort of thing. Like, dude, it's been done
One
way
of my
too many
friends
times.
Who's read some of it said this arc is their least favorite by far.
I mean, I'm gonna keep watching just because hopefully, once we get out of this arc, it'll get better.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I find it interesting enough. Like I do. Yeah, I wish I could see Ainz fuck people's shit up, like on an episode basis. Because I mean, that's really what I watch the anime for.
Yeah,
like it's not as much about the plot as it is about watching this like super OP dude just wreck people's shit who have way too big of an ego.
Yeah, I was never like a huge Overlord fan anyways. Like I was kind of surprised when it got a season 2, to be honest. Like I know it's really popular, but like I like the original, but I don't know, man. I didn't think it was like anything stellar or super.
I think my favorite part of the first season was the arc where he hunts down the copper hunter. You know, the girl who she kills like beginner guys.
Yeah.
It's like where he kills the girl.
Yeah,
but like
it's satisfying. Certainly.
It is super fucking satisfying.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see more.
Yeah, stuff like that is pretty great, I gotta say.
And then we have Pop Team Epic, which is basically a meme in anime form.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like it's kind of interesting, but at the same time, there's so many Japanese specific references that you might not get all of them.
Are there?
Like there's Japanese references and then there's like Western references.
Okay.
Like you've got like a Skyrim reference.
Oh yeah.
And like you've got an old I forget the name of the anime, but it's like an old anime reference. But it's basically just tons of skits about Japanese and like worldly memes.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, it feels like a newspaper comic source that they just took these a lot of small little gags and just threw them in. There's no.
I mean, it was a 4-comma, I believe.
Yeah, that's what it's called.
Yeah, it's. I didn't have that fun of a time, to be honest. I was kind of bored, and especially by the time they got to the middle and they restarted the whole thing with the different voice actors, I was like, okay, are they gonna keep doing this?
Yeah, because
I ended up skipping through the second half.
Yeah, I got confused, and I thought it was like I thought it was a mistake. I didn't realize they changed voice actors.
Yeah, I thought it was a mistake at first, but when Jared pointed out that at first there are male voice actors, and in the second half there's females, I was like,
apparently there's a joke in the manga that's if this ever got turned into an anime, who would voice us? And it was these two guys who are really quite famous. I don't know their names, but one of them I really like. The other one I didn't really know who it was.
Well, one of them's voiced by I forget his name, but he does Lelouch's father.
Yeah, he's the president in Idolmaster. One of the guys in Ajin. Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. This show, the one thing that I did find interesting about Pop Team Epic is each skit had a different, like, director, I think.
Oh.
Or a different creator, etc. And there actually was one original skit that wasn't in the manga, which was the French one.
Yeah, that seemed weird.
I think it could be interesting. The Cannibal Effect wrote a post on Crunchyroll about its creators and how it's a good opportunity for pulling young people into the industry. Because there have been a lot of first-timers in this show. Which is cool.
Yeah.
But I can't say I enjoyed it very much.
I did. This show is bonkers.
It's definitely that.
Yeah. So if you like just crazy shit with I wouldn't say it has no coherence whatsoever, because it's not supposed to. It's basically just a run of different gags. And if you like puns and stuff, stupid stuff, you're probably gonna enjoy this.
Watch the first episode, or even the first half of the episode, and I'm sure you'll be able to tell if you like it or not. I think my favorite part was the fake show. Like, they had the whole OP for the fake show and everything.
Yeah.
Which was actually a really good OP, to be quite honest.
I think my favorite bit was the very end, the France sketch, where one of them's a mime. And they're like, I hear French people are really into hand gestures. And so one of them starts phrasing something, and the French guy just flips them off.
Yeah. But they even have French voice actors for it.
Oh, yeah.
One French, one Canadian.
So good.
Up next, we have Ramen Daisuki Koizumi-san.
Surprisingly good show.
And you've watched 3 episodes already?
I've watched 3 episodes. I watched 3 episodes before I'd even watched one of some.
Wow.
The first episode I watched was okay. I liked it.
Yeah.
I don't really have much to say about it.
I wasn't entirely sold on it until about episode 2 or 3. I don't know. It's a celebration of ramen, and I like ramen.
That's why he's watching it.
Partly, but I mean, even outside of that, I think the characters are fun.
Yeah, if anyone had the misfortune of watching Love Kome, this is basically that, but with ramen, and there are real people and not an academy to celebrate the existence of rice.
Yeah, I mean, I'm learning from this show.
Yeah, I can imagine you would enjoy it, because I've seen your few ramen shots.
Yeah, I'll stick one of those in the video.
Yeah.
Or I'll link it or something.
Do it.
Yeah. I want to learn how to cook better. And this is giving me ideas.
Nice.
I actually made ramen this week, and it was different from normal, but it was nice. I'm trying to experiment a bit more.
Yeah.
Up next, we have Ryuuou
no Oshigoto.
Ryuuou no Oshigoto.
So Ryuuou, Dragon King, is a title, like the highest title in shogi.
Duel.
Absolutely.
Nice.
So it's about I think he's about 16 when he gets this rank, so he's the youngest ever. And there's a 9-year-old who was really inspired by how he was pushing himself so hard and like physically ill, trying to win this shogi match. So she's come to be his disciple, pretty much. Which is a little bit weird.
Yeah.
But it's also cute.
And she is, a prodigy.
Oh yeah.
She's got those special sports anime powers.
Yeah, definitely.
Is it though?
Pretty much.
Kinda.
No.
It's just it's whatever.
I mean, you watch Hakyuu and like.
That's a bit different. This is much quicker.
This has no like special powers or anything. This is just she's.
Dude, her fucking eyes glow.
Yeah, that's because she's in a trance.
Yeah, but it's not like she's gonna
Yeah.
summon a stand or another pair of legs or dance with a ghost partner or anything.
The fuck sports anime? I'm talking about sports anime.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. So the only reason I said it's a little bit weird is because it actually did have a couple of weird bits, a couple of weird scenes, which weren't great. But other than the awkward scenes, it was quite cute actually, and overall a good show, I think. Based on one episode,
it's semi interesting, and I'll give it another episode.
character designs are really nice.
I'm gonna
Art in
keep watching
general.
it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
I wouldn't go that far, but I'm gonna keep watching it.
Up next,
Sanrio Danshi.
take it away, Aki.
All right. Well, this really does remind me of Cheer Danshi, a show about male cheerleaders, and much in the same way, it's about guys that are kind of embarrassed about liking things they maybe shouldn't, and so they get together and
Societally shouldn't.
yeah, and eventually they're gonna form a theater club in school, but that hasn't happened yet. It's just a flashback. Basically, the first little bit of the episode 1, is a sort of theater performance, and it's kind of interesting. And then just a sort of disposition. Yeah, so here's how we got here, and then they go back to school and just introduce the characters basically slowly.
I'm interested in this one.
Yeah.
I can't forget about it.
Yeah, I did like Shirdanshi, so I have hopes that this one will be at least as good as that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll need to watch that.
Not much more to say. So we can go over to Slow Start.
A very good show, and why is it moving so much?
Is it though?
That's my review. No, it moves a lot. Especially the first episode. I don't know how they manage it. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I've seen episode 1.
Did you not notice that?
What do you mean move a lot?
They're so bouncy. There's not even just a lot of frames. There's a lot of detail as well. Like even at one point in episode 2, there's a character who covers their mouth while they talk, and then pulls it down when they while they're still talking because they finished eating. That's just good detail.
Yeah.
It's a really cute show.
Yeah, it's a cute show about a girl that enters a new school. She doesn't know anyone, so she gets a few new friends. Yeah.
And then we also find out that she was ill and missed her high school entrance exam. So she had to miss a year. So she's worried about being a year older than everyone in her class.
Mm.
But nobody knows yet.
Neither did I.
She's very timid and worried. You can really see another thing with the detail that I was talking about.
Yeah.
You can really see each character being very aware of what they think she's feeling. Like, they can tell that she wants to say something but isn't. So they say it for her.
Alright.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Up next, Sora Yorimo Toi Basho.
This is a show that more people needs to watch.
Absolutely. I've only seen episode 1.
Same.
But I saw a few seconds of a really good scene in episode 2, and I'm very excited to see that.
Yeah, this is definitely one of the shows I'm gonna be looking forward to each day, because just wow, it's about a girl that really doesn't know what to do with her life, and
she wants really to do something.
Yeah, she wants to go on an adventure.
Make a big deal of her high school life, but just keeps putting things off.
And then she meets a girl that is planning on going to Antarctica, and
everybody talks.
She
talks
gets
behind her
tagged
back.
along. Yeah, that's true. Everyone is like, yeah, that's that weird girl who's just wants to go to Antarctica.
So
she
unrealistic. You can't do that. Nobody does that.
And then the plan is that they are going to. There was some beautiful scenery of the Antarctica shots. So I'm just looking forward to this moving me and making me feel encouraged to do things I would normally be too timid to do.
I always like when shows put an emphasis on doing things because you want to, not because other people want you to, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, just because other people think it's weird doesn't mean you don't have to, doesn't mean you can't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Me too.
So, Takunomi.
Takunomi. To be frank, I'm not going to continue watching this.
Okay.
Only because, like, none of the comedy comes off as funny to me. And, like, as much as I like the cute girls in this anime, like, I don't care to watch a slice of life about drinking beer.
See, so this is a half-length thing, which is helpful, I think. It didn't make me laugh out loud a lot, but it was enjoyable, I guess. And as someone who just likes alcohol in general, I mean, it's a good show for me.
Also, I don't like bowl cuts on girls.
What about Hajime from New Game?
Hajime.
The sporty one. It's maybe not quite a bowl cut, but
I'm more like short bangs.
Okay.
I'm a bangs kind of guy.
I think this will be a warm show.
Like I'm gonna give it another episode, but
okay.
I don't think it's in the cards for me.
Yeah, that's fair. It's not hugely impressive or anything, but I don't know, it makes me happy for 12 minutes, I guess. Also get that alcohol trivia.
Up next, we've got Toji no Miko.
Yes, a show about basically sword duels. So I assume it's a normal school with a sort of dueling club with swords, and 2 girls from every school go to a big place where they're gonna have a little tournament, and at the end of the tournament, someone tries to assassinate whoever is, well, someone important at least, and out of nowhere, this one of the girls that we follow that gets into the finals, she helps the girl out that she was supposed to duel, which was the assassin, and I don't know, I have no idea why, but she just does. It has a lot of moments where I just don't understand the reasoning why people do things, but it's still mildly interesting, so I'll probably keep going.
Okay. I don't remember seeing this one, so I probably won't watch it, to be honest, but I'll keep an eye out just in case.
You're not missing much.
Yeah.
If it improves, I'll probably mention it.
Okay.
And next up, we have something that more people have watched and even more are looking forward to.
Good show.
Yeah,
Good show.
Violet
Good
Evergarden.
show.
An old...
When are you gonna watch episode 2, Jared?
See, so we saw episode 1 at
Like, you
Anime
and I
Expo.
should be, like, the first ones to watch this, technically.
See, I haven't rewatched episode 1 yet. I was gonna go to bed early last night and watch it today before we recorded, but last night I ended up finishing Imoto Saya. Very, very good show, by the way. I really enjoyed it.
I sat right next to Jared and we watched this anime together.
From a terrible viewpoint.
From like 50 feet away.
It was way too far away to enjoy. And the projectors were like miscolored. It wasn't great.
Yeah, that doesn't sound very enjoyable, I gotta say.
So I'm looking forward to rewatching it, but I just haven't.
Man, I'm kind of happy this season because, like, I'm not a huge KyoAni fan either. Like, I like a lot of their work, but I don't necessarily just automatically like everything that comes out of their studio.
I mean,
But this is some top-notch stuff.
Oh, the animation's mind-blowing.
Not even just the animation, man. Like, the story itself is actually pretty interesting. Like, I'm finding it enjoyable so far.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing what they go for in episode 2. Because I know it's going to be quite slice of life. It's the general idea of it.
Is it really? I
Isn't
feel
it?
like it's more dramatic than just slice of life.
Dramatic
I
slice
think
of life?
Violet Evergarden is an anime that it's a story more than it is like a portrayal of a genre.
I really don't feel like this is.
I mean, I don't
slice of
feel like
life
slice
show.
of life is just a genre.
Because it's got a little bit of everything in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Most things.
it doesn't really fall into any sort of category other than, it's just storytelling.
I mean, most things don't fall into, like, a very set category or anything.
I know a
Well,
lot of
I know what
anime
you mean.
do. Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it's a bit too limiting. But yeah.
I don't really have anything to say. It's good.
No?
It's probably one of the best. It's probably my second favorite anime this season.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ditto, man. This, like, it's actually, I don't know, man. Like, what can you really say about it? It's like, fuck. I don't know. It's just, it's nice.
Right.
It's good. It looks pretty.
Well, we can come back to it in a couple episodes.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about it
I'm
again.
gonna come back.
Oh, okay.
Next up, we have Yuru Camp.
I love this show.
Yeah, same.
It's pretty fun. It's about girls who go camping.
It's
That's pretty much it.
It's about enjoying the outdoors and, going camping.
Or
Feeling the-
enjoying someone else enjoying the outdoors.
Yeah.
I guess, yes, that will be us enjoying the outdoors.
Yeah.
It's very tranquil.
I will say though, camping in winter sounds a bit more appealing to me now. Especially the no bugs thing. And it being quieter.
Like, I would probably never go camping in the summer again.
It sounds awful.
It is awful.
So what do you say, Patrick? You that also live on the colder degrees?
Yeah, I
would you go camping in the winter?
No, that's a mistake.
Yeah.
Well, like winter in Patrick's terms is like just kind of, deadly.
Yeah, you go outside, feel like you're dying, and then you want to go back inside.
Yeah. I think Cassie had 2 cars break this winter.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
This show is very... I think I've said this a couple of times this episode, but this really does just feel cozy.
Yeah.
Up next, we've got Zoku Token Ranbu Hanamaru, an anime adapted from a Bishonen Fate Grand Order game marketed for girls.
Yeah, I have no idea how they
very specific.
Keep pounding out the Token Ranbu shows, but...
as long as it's popular.
It's an advertisement, right?
They keep pumping out Fate, so...
Well, Fate still is popular.
Yeah, so was this. Token Ranbu is very popular in Japan.
For girls.
Alright, well...
I mean, not just girls, but yeah.
Well, yeah.
I'd say the vast majority.
This does seem a bit different from most other Token Ranbu things I've watched, though. So I am more intrigued than I should be. Because every season I accidentally watch one of them. And then I realize, it's another one of these. But this one actually seemed a bit different from the usual Token Ranbu shows.
Who's this one produced by?
I don't know.
Do you know? Okay.
I don't pay attention to that. That's your job.
I mean, so many people will talk about studios that I thought... Because I know Ufotable have done one, Dogakobo... Okay, yeah, Dogakobo did this one as well.
Alright. Well, yeah. I guess that's
it.
Do
you just not have anything to say about it?
I do not have anything to say about it.
Okay, I'm not sure why we brought it up then.
I don't know. I watched it. If you like Token Ranbu, it exists.
Okay.
Well, that about wraps it up for everything this episode.
What a way to end.
It's actually good timing.
I think my top 2 coming out of, the start of this season is definitely Darling in the Franxx and Violet Evergarden.
My man.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna put anything on a hierarchical list yet. I've only watched 1 episode of everything and 2 episodes of Citrus.
There are too many things that I like quite a bit to choose.
Every once in a while you get a feeling. You get that feeling, like you watch 1 episode and it's like, oh shit, son, here we go.
Honestly, I'm a simple man. I know. By the first episode, I know whether I'm gonna like it or not.
Commit Lucifer.
I mean...
It happens. It's not 100% of the time, but it's like 95% of the time,
Yeah,
so that show...
I mean, see, in the case of Comet Lucifer, it just train wrecked. Like, it was going at such a great pace in the first episode.
I don't know if I'd call that a train wreck if it happens in episode 2.
Me neither. It was like, it has a fantastic setup, episode 1, and then it wasn't even
episode 2 where I lost interest. It was probably by episode 4 and 5, I realized that I'm not going to get anything out of this anime.
Yeah, that's the thing. They set it up amazingly, and then they kind of just spun their wheels. They didn't go anywhere with it, and they didn't continue to impress.
Well, they went somewhere. It was just a bad place. It's a place where nobody wants to go.
Well, it was akin to a bait and switch.
Yeah, actually, that's exactly how I would describe it. Honestly, it really just felt like a tease. It's like, here's a really good first episode, and then have fun, guys.
It was a little bit misleading, yeah.
Yeah. Well, other than that, for the most part, by the first episode, I usually know whether an anime is going to be interesting or not. And for the first part, it was interesting. But in the case of Darling in the Franxx and Violet Evergarden, it's clear. Yeah. It's too clear.
We got some stuff on another level this season.
I mean, they've got pretty well-known directors.
I would probably put Violet Evergarden on the same plateau as Mahou no Yome, that everyone's just talking about it and it is the show this season, and then after a few episodes you realize that, okay, we have a handful of other shows that really, really are good, and that one just kind of cruises along. I have a feeling that's going to be exactly what's going to happen.
Out of the shows that are airing this season, which do you think, if any, will have staying power? That is, if you were to go back years later and recommend any show from this season, what do you think people would be most inclined to watch?
Token Rambu.
That's the thing about seasonals, right? Like,
It
a lot of
depends
them,
on
they
the
just
person.
kind of disappear into time. And then, like,
Yeah.
there's shows that have real staying power, and they're around forever, and you will always recommend them.
Yeah, no one talks about Mayoiga anymore.
Thank God.
Nobody had any reason to talk about it in the first place.
Occasionally.
Yeah.
I feel like Mitsuboshi Colors could.
Yeah,
It
I
has
was thinking
potential
about
to.
that as well. Because usually when I pick out a anime of the season or something, I want something that's unique, something that sticks out, not just, hey, this was a great thing, it was good, and nobody's gonna bother with it.
I'm leaving that in.
Yeah, I could not get to Audacity fast enough to mute it because I heard it from way back.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, don't worry, I didn't say anything of importance
Yeah,
anyways.
sorry.
It was just my opinions on things. Who cares
You
about
can
that?
continue if you remember where.
Nah, but it's basically that's the reason why I base my do you recommend this on usually no, because they don't stand out enough. If you're looking to watch a lot of shows for every single season, then yeah, you have tens, dozens of shows to pick up. But if you only want to watch something that is exceptional, then you only have a very, very select few options.
Yeah. I think something, a different idea of looking at it from something that's unique is slow start. It's not that it's identifiable. It's not hugely unique, but it's very strong at what it does.
Mhm.
It's just a very good version of itself, I guess. And I think shows like that have a lot of staying power as well.
Yeah. Like, if we look back at the last season, the things that are really gonna stick, I think, are Hoseki no Kuni. People are gonna be able to watch that
absolutely.
for years to come.
Yeah.
Because it was just really, really good. While things that, like, Just Because is...
Just because will be
One
remembered
of
by
many.
by people who watched it.
Yeah, it's gonna be remembered, but it's gonna be one of dozens of shows that are basically just the same and evoke the same emotions.
Like, I'm not even
I don't know
kidding.
about that, just because it's unique.
I'm pretty sure Love Live Sunshine second season will have more staying power than Just Because. Not even kidding. That's
Probably.
My reason for Just Because was I think the people who did watch it really liked it.
yeah, but that doesn't necessarily give a show staying power. Like, I think I have a different understanding of staying power from you guys.
Yeah, I think we have a different idea.
Because I'm thinking, like, you watch a set of seasonals, and then it's, like, very, very, like, it's pretty uncommon that you actually, usually only one or two shows ever sticks around and comes back, like, where people
Okay,
will be recommending
so-
it years down the line.
Are you talking about popularity or just like a friend telling their friend what they should maybe try out?
It's a
I would-
combination of the two, right? It, like,
Okay. Because,
For
I mean,
example,
I would tell a lot of people to watch Just Because if I thought they would like it.
for example, shows like Death Note have a lot of staying power, right? People watch it because it has been around for some time, but people
Just
watch
mainstream
it through-
popularity.
Exactly, right? But
Yeah.
that being said, it's mainstream popular, but it's also not necessarily a bad show, right? So
Not as
it's
far
a
as I've heard.
combination of
Like,
things.
see, in the way I understand it, Just Because if someone fairly new to anime was asking me for good, slice of life or romance recommendations, as much as I liked Just Because, it would be very far down the list.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
I have
It
I
might-
have
it might not be for
many.
me. I don't know. It really does depend on the person. It wouldn't be a
Yeah.
mainstream thing, but a lot of people would. Yeah.
Yeah, like something like
a
Inosaki
show like-
Kun
A
is
show
gonna...
like White Album 2, for example, has staying power.
Yeah. Not as a popular show, but as a show that's for people who would like it, they would really like it.
Like, people still
Or
talk
like
about White
school
Album too.
days.
Yeah, school days, exactly, right?
I feel like that's a bit different.
Yeah, but
Like as polarizing as it was, like it still sticks around today
yeah.
as being like that anime
Yeah.
or that thing.
And-
that shit went down.
And the difference between shows that have staying power and don't would be like, for example, the difference between Ghost in the Shell and like Armitage, which came out within a year of each other and covered similar subject matter. It's just that Ghost in the Shell had staying power, Armitage did not. Why? I would lend that to Ghost in the Shell probably having higher quality than Armitage, but I mean, of course, that's subjective.
I mean, it's very impressive in a lot of different ways.
All right.
Sonic Soldier Borg Man.
Yes, there's an example of a show that did not have staying power. Thank you.
Why would it?
Asking the unimportant questions.
Okay. We done?
Yeah.
So
Yep,
good.
that wraps it up for impressions of Winter Season 2018.
And a few.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, and a few like really nice discussions here in the end with staying power and shit.
I would actually like to ask our listeners, why do you like listening to first impression episodes? Is it so that you can find out what to watch this season, or is it you just like hearing our impressions of what we watched? I'm curious.
I think
So
it's more like,
please tell
yeah,
us.
this guy I like totally likes this anime I'm watching.
Yeah, nobody likes us, Kyle.
I like me.
Yo, this guy I likes really likes this show. Oh yeah, that's me. Okay.
You see, I don't watch our episodes, so
So yeah, if you would not mind, then please tell us your answer to that. I'm curious. It'll help.
please
for
like
future
and
episodes.
subscribe. Smash that like button with all your weeaboo fervor.
You can find audio only on iTunes and our website in the description on YouTube.
AnimeAbroad.com.
That's the one.
We also host Anipod
Oh yeah, Anipod Podcast is on that website as well now, and on iTunes.
because they
so you
are
can find
our
that.
friends.
Yeah, we'll need to get them on at some point.
Glenn touched
knows?
me.
Oh, I was
Anime
touched
Squad
many times.
out.
Yeah.
A bit too much.
Well, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
See you.
See ya.
See ya.